So the festival, sadly I didn't have so much time to watch many programs, and plus I've seen a lot of the films before because I was traveling a lot this year and I was in many juries, so I've seen most of the films, especially in the of the fiction films and also in the animation, but I enjoyed very much yesterday a documentary about Brothers Quay, which I saw. It was very interesting for me. Kraków, it's my second time, but when I came here for first time it was like 20 something years ago, and it was completely different as experience, and I stayed only one day because I was on my way to Łódź, and yeah, I love it very much. There is an exhibition of one of my favorite artists in just nearby in the museum. So I saw the graphics of Bruno Schulz, and that was very nice for me. I really enjoyed it because I'm a huge fan of Bruno Schulz's works and writings. Definitely, of course, in connection with the thing that I was born in, raised in a communist society. So for me it was kind of oppressive environment, and for me it was always very important to survive as an individual and to build your own ego into the world of the how I say multi-part organization. So my films are about the individuals, about the spirits, the strong spirits, which are not oppressed by the community and by the society. And maybe that's why I'm so interested for the life of the artists, and I'm so interested for the life of as I call them, the small people. The small people who are unique and individual, but who are not destroyed, and who are not, how could I say, who are not dispersed into the common society. For me, everything that I do is kind of a comment of the small person into the society and his role and the things that are happening with his life. Now when I moved, 14 years, when I moved to Canada, suddenly I realized that the things that we saw in the communist countries, actually they existed everywhere, but we didn't know it. Basically, the goal of the state is always one, that it oppresses the individualistic thinking. Herbert Marcuse, which I cited in one of my films, said he had a very interesting book which is called One-Dimensional Man, and he says that the goal of every industry is to smash the individualistic thinking, that the people are thinking that they control the industry and the states, but basically it's the industry and the states that control the human being. I'm very critical about any schools. And it can be connected with the fact that the things that I'm doing, like animation, I was never trained into animation. I never went to school for animation or for cinema. So that's why I feel very free in my language, in my cinematic language. But as I remember, when I was in school in the Fine Academy of Arts in Sofia, I was not very good student. Basically, I always wanted to escape from what I was taught and to find my own resources and go to the library and teach myself the things, because I felt that there is no individualistic approach to any student. Basically, all the professors wanted to create the same copycat of themselves, and I didn't like it at all. So that's it. Basically, at the beginning of the fall of the wall, after the fall of communism, the professors at the academy were still teaching in the same manner as during the communism. Maybe they still continue in that manner. And as I heard, the things didn't change so much everywhere. So the main thing for the young artist and the young filmmaker is that he has to develop his own unique language. The most important thing is that he doesn't follow any advices from his professor. He has to learn them, but maybe it's better to do something absolutely opposite of what he's taught and what he's learned, because like that he's going to develop some kind of stamina against what is expected from him. And that's very important, because after that, when he jumped into the real world of the producers and clients, etc., etc., he can use this skill, this stamina, to oppose the system, and like this he'll be very very secure in his vision. And like that is the only way to develop your own cinematic language, because one of the most important things for the young filmmaker is that they do something unique, something that has never seen before. It has to be always something new, and the most important thing is that you never stop working on something new projects, because all the art is also kind of developing kind of craft, very personal craft, and the things has to be very personal from your point of view, but it still has to be craft, and craft, the only way that we can learn it is for doing the things yourself, and more and more and more and more. More film you do, better you become. There are very rare cases when the first film is like the masterpiece, like Orson Welles, and after that everything falls down. Arthur Lifset was also one of these examples, and there are many other examples when there are some prodigies who are doing their first film, which is the best, but it's not so often this case. It's good to struggle, but not so much, because if you struggle too much, you're gonna lose your stamina, your motivation. The thing is, the fairy tale of the struggling and the hungry artist doesn't exist. For a young man, he has to achieve some kind of success, otherwise it will be only him and his mother who are gonna know that he's a genius. So that's why it's very important when you are young to achieve some kind of recognition, because it gives you like a wing to continue. Otherwise you're just becoming like unsatisfied, disillusioned maniac. So it's very important to, when you are young, to achieve a success. For me, the best filmmakers and the best artists are the young artists and the young filmmakers. If you wait to become 50 years and then to do your best film, it's not going to happen. Your best film has to be done now and not tomorrow. It's now the time. So that's it. That's everything. Everything has to be done now, not to wait. That's it. And without compromising anything.